Alright everybody, welcome back to episode 18 of the Sweet Science Blood Clot podcast with your host, Fat Mouse. I'm a Scouser, I'm from Manchester. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 18 of the Sweet Science Podcast. Your boy, Fat Mouse. Who else we got in the building?
I'm back.
He's back.
I'm back in the flesh. It's your boy Cash, aka Cash, with a K and not a C.
There you go. So here we are.
So have you noticed the change?
We're changing
It
what?
used to be C, Senor, and now it's
Now it's
C.
bam.
I'm
Wow.
gonna change it every 14 weeks.
Evolution. So yeah, obviously it's not a Zoom call because I had enough of them. But we're not in the studio either. You hear me? We're in Manny.
We're in our second
Again, second home, real talk.
We've got so many homes in Manchester. And
this is the second one.
This is the second one. This is the
You hear me? So yeah,
Jumanji.
we are in a little apartment again, courtesy of Airbnb. This one's a bit mad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really feeling it. But
I like it.
it's just weird, isn't it? Like, it's a bit mad. But anyway, here we are. I might take some pictures and put them up.
He's too picky.
He's not picky,
he's
like,
too
this
much.
place is like a dungeon, or like, it's like a flipping, what's that thing called? You know them shops where you can just buy random bits, like an antique shop? It's like that. Do you get me? Anyway, here we are.
I think it's cool and hip.
You're a fossil.
No, Josie.
So, like I said, we are in Manchester,
Lacazette.
and we are here for a podcast. Do you know what I mean? I can't even do it. I don't know which one's which. That was both, innit? That was Liverpool and Manny.
Which one is Manny? Oh,
blood, bro. Oh, don't fall on me.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't fall on me.
Which one is the one? Where's,
Alright.
where's Emmerdale based?
I don't know, bruv. Around here somewhere. They're all the same. This is not
Coronation Street.
EastEnders. It's not here. It's not London. It's not England. You hear me? Anyway, let's carry
said
on,
it's
bruv.
not England.
Yeah, man.
Shabba
So we're here, and blood. It's just been a nightmare again. We set up everything, was ready to roll. You've probably seen it on the Insta. And then there was no electricity. So the camera's connected to the AC. AC or the DC? Either way, the flipping wall supply, innit?
ACDC.
And it's not turning on. There's no lights. I'm like, what's going on here? Cash is like, I think they turned off the electricity. So I called the guy. I said, listen, you know we're still in the yard, innit? What, go on. He goes, this is nothing to do with me. I haven't done it. Let me call the building manager. Went outside, dark. Pitch black. This was like 45 minutes ago. We just sat here, twiddling our thumbs like soppy boy lemon. And then, you know what I mean? Anyway, here we are, once again. Again, Manny is Manny. I do quite like it, but it's just lockdown. Is the daytime is ramped, man. Like, we went to Arndale Shopping Centre for a coffee. Literally just to grab a little Starbucks coffee. And it was rammed, bruv. So I'm not trying to interact with no humans, you get me? And just get unnecessary flipping coronavirus. So, lad, I'ma do me, man, and just avoid all of this. What are you saying, man?
I'm alright, man.
He's back from Egypt.
I'm back.
Back from Egypt.
I'm back. Yeah, man, I'm back. It's weird being back because I was there for what?
2 weeks, bro.
Just under 2 weeks. When I came back, everything felt foreign. I felt I was Egyptian.
So what happens when you go to Egypt, bro? You become one of them. They hate you.
I became a brother.
Hey, what? So yeah, man. Anyway.
The biggest change is just the weather, man.
The weather's chappy here. Especially, I don't know how you like, flipping Mancunians live here up north in this Arctic tundra-like thing.
That's why it's called Manchester.
Cold. Why?
Don't I said it down.
Oh, Manchester, yeah, for real. But it is cold. It's very cold. I don't really use it. Like, I'm not a jacket guy, innit? I get hot. But blood,
You're hot
I
blooded.
need it still. It's
hot-blooded.
cold here. But anyway, man. So yeah, obviously we. Okay,
I brought back some big breaks as well.
Oh yeah, that big man is dead. That was dead. I was not living at all, blood. But anyway, talk about that. Let's talk about the dessert of the week. Yeah. Obviously, when you're in Manny, you do what you can to try all the local cuisine. You feel me? So, like, again, the way this lockdown thing is going on, everything's closing at 10. It's just very difficult to grab something at a decent time and it not go stale or melt, or depending on what we get, for it to kind of just, for us to enjoy it at that time. That makes sense? So yeah, obviously, we know that you can get, I had to hide it on the floor so no one can see it. You know that you can get this, I think it originates from Canada, right? Tim Hortons.
So you got the Canadian.
Yeah, it's got a little flag. The maple leaf. A. We got a little Tim Hortons. Not only did we get a little Tim Hortons, yeah, we got their donuts. Obviously, that's what they're known for, innit? Or a double.
And
or a double triple.
They're also known for their coffee.
They're also known for their dead coffee, but it's dead.
It's not dead.
But we ordered this yesterday, so that's number one. Number two, I'm not a patient man, because I had 2 already. Okay, so we ordered 6. I had 2 of them already. 2 of the dead ones, I just thought, you know what, throw away. They're not even going to get reviewed, innit?
He's a fossil.
I'm a fossil. So man did that. Unfortunately, I'm not on waiting, and I clocked, how are we going to take a picture now? It's going to look dead. Man, just pull up off the internet and say, yeah, this is it. This is what we had. You get me? So I'm a fool your asses. You fool.
He's a fraud.
I'm a fraud. But yeah, blood. So yeah, we got these.
What? You said you had a dead one. You didn't have. You had one of the nice ones.
No, I didn't. I had a dead one. I had that
What's
flipping
that
maple glazed whack thing, bruv. On dash it in the bin.
Dasheen.
We should heat these up, man.
Should
That's
do that.
long. No.
Wonder.
So we got these. Yeah, yesterday. They were freshly made yesterday. But that being said, last time we were in Manchester, we had the same thing. A freshly made donut. I was late. But let's see what these have to say. All right. Boom. So, like I said, Tim Hortons in Manchester. Take your pick or 2.
Shabba madaba. Oh, this is mad. I'm gonna go for this one.
Like a little man.
I'm gonna go for this one here.
All right. So show the crowd, blood. Which one you got there? Just the donut.
Bomba.
Chocolate donut, probably filled because it's not a ring.
I think this one's the one with
But I'm gonna take this one then because then we're gonna back them two afterwards as well. Did you want them?
No, I don't know.
So this brother, he's looking at you.
Let's get the.
He can see you. You see it?
Thumbs up.
Come on. It's inanimate still.
Thumbs up. Thumbnail.
Any thumbnail. Yeah, so here we are. This brother looks like he's saying, ooh. I mean, he's so dead. I'm not.
To be honest, he looks like Lomachenko.
Allow it,
yesterday's performance.
After yesterday's pammage.
We'll talk about this very soon.
Let's go give us guys.
But are you ragey?
I'm ragey.
Alright, let's go. Oh wow. It's got vanilla inside. Vanilla cream.
That's right now.
You know that custard donut? It's custard donut chocolate on top.
They might as well rebrand as Tesco, bruv. Tesco value. The chocolate icing is good. I can make an excuse. I can make an excuse and say that this is because it's from yesterday. That's not my fault. It's Boris's fault. Rishi's fault.
Rishi Rich.
Who else was there? Pretty Patel's fault.
Prodigy.
Who else was there? The
Gordon,
Queen.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Brown. Yeah?
George Bush.
It's their fault.
Who's the other one? Tony Blair.
Yeah. But, like I said, I left the eyes till the end. I can see his demise.
Tommy Robinson. I blame him. I blame him for, what's it called? Global warming.
Alright. Chocolate icing
So dead, bro.
is dank.
He died.
But, the donut is
I think it would bang if it was warm.
actually dead.
Excuse me.
It's a dead donut. How can you give a donut? What would you give it for appearance? It had eyes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be left.
He was staring at you.
Had eyes on it. 5 out of 10 for a donut. No, it looks like a donut. It looks like if you were to draw a donut, it would look like that. You get me?
Look, 2 eyes. On donut.
Wow.
A fossil.
So that was a massive letdown. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for appearance because it was just a flipping donut. But blood, DPMO, that was dead. 2 out of 10, man. 3 out of 10. Let's be generous. 3 out of 10. Tom, is it Tom or Tim? Tim, do better, blood.
Timothy.
Do better, King. Let me. Ooh. Do better. Come on. What is you doing? Huh?
I was really dead.
Oh no. Right, come on.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with that still. Are we going to do the other one? Because it's just there.
Appearance.
Oh, yeah,
So the chocolate filled, chocolate icing, cream, vanilla cream cake, cream filled donut. I butchered that name, bro. I said it so bad. Appearance again, 5, standard 5. I don't know how you can. It just looks normal.
Donut.
Taste. So dead.
It was dead.
3, 4.
Which one?
Say 3.5.
3.5.
Bang in the middle.
Tim.
Listen, I've been to Tim Hortons in Canada.
Oh, alright then, big man. I've been to Tim Hortons in Manchester. Okay.
And it's a lot better there. I don't know if it's just because
It's
not
because
fresh.
they're chapping.
It's trapping in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
For real. I'm so funny. Anyway,
Blood, I'm fuming, blood. I'm fuming because I wait
which
for
one
this.
do you want, bro? Do you want the one that
I
looks
don't
like
give a hoot, bro.
crap?
That's apple, what's it called? Strudel or whatever it's called. And that one's a cruller.
Anthony Cruller.
Yeah. Hurry up and make a choice, bruv. These brothers don't want to see us just waiting.
Yeah, good one. You stopped yourself there.
Hurry up.
You little strudel. I'm gonna have half of this one.
No, we're not doing that. We're
Alright,
not
I'm
doing
gonna
that. Vote yours.
do a bit in a bit. I'm doing the. Right. This is what it looked like full.
Yeah, you see? Idiot.
Egypt.
Apple lettuce. Apple lettuce. I don't know what this is.
What's this one called?
I'm going to find out and put the name up there. It's
Um,
a strudel. No, it's not.
this
It's
is
a cruller.
Anthony Cruller.
Hey, this thing's got flipping cinnamon in it. Are you mad?
You know.
Go for it. Mm.
So much better.
I lied?
So much.
I lied?
So much.
Belong. Tim, you the man. Blood. Wow. You know what it
Slightly. My one.
Wow.
Have you ever had jalebi? It tastes exactly like jalebi, but just
Don't say
like
it
a
like that.
huh?
Say it in British accent.
Oh, sorry, jalebi. It tastes like a jalebi, but
Jelly beans.
jelly beans, but the cake version. Yeah.
No, not banging.
Can you try the jalebi?
I was gonna say, just for the sake of you enjoying what I like, and me trying yours, do you want to just swap? But we're gonna judge it on this one. You're gonna judge yours, yeah?
Correct.
Don't tell me correct, but.
Wow.
Wow! Wow! Blood. This is wavy.
Mud?
Mud? Oh. Whoa! Very accurate, by the way.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Oh, wow.
I'm accurate at that. TEOFIMO LOPEZ.
Tim! You're a good man! Stop producing shit and mixing it with gems. Yeah?
Uncut gems.
Can you just have the flipping, get rid of the shit, out with the dead, in with the banging things?
Out with the
Is that
with the
two?
aliveness.
Blood!
You like
Wow!
them, yeah?
I could batter that all day.
Batter me.
Third eye.
Batter.
Eat that one.
Mina shabaga.
Okay, so let's talk about my apple cinnamon strudel, whatever it's called. That was good though, I'm not gonna lie to you. That one, it's got that resistance. I like a little bit of resistance, you get me? Cinnamon, the what's it called? The sugar, the icing. That was good. That was appearance again. It's just it looked how it's meant to look. 8 out of 10. Taste 8 out of 10, as opposed to a 3 with the previous one, because that was dead.
Box is quite nice though.
It's a box, bruv.
But it's quite nice, a box.
For real.
For real.
Yeah, so 8 out of 10 for that one. Well done. You flipping done, flipping, what's the word? Redeemed yourself. I said revealed yourself.
Single man.
You
Reveal
revealed
yourself.
Well done, mate.
You're
well
forcing.
done. I'm happy about that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
my turn.
One.
For the
That rude.
jalebi,
Yeah,
for the
but
jalebi donut,
Crawler, man.
Anthony Crawler jalebi. I'm gonna go for appearance. Looks alright actually. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Alright, cool.
Alright, and taste, I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6?
Oh, I didn't like it.
I swear he was going. Oh, I went wild for it.
You
That was the best one.
You were wild.
That was the best one. But alright, he gives it a 6. Your taste buds need a flipping reform, bruv. You gotta take them to school.
Need to go to a school.
But yeah, so
The
that's
school
that.
Science school.
Wow. So yeah, that was that.
Oh, that's right.
No, but it's kind of, yeah, it's cool.
You lot saw it
It's
there.
alright. It was there, now it's not. But yeah, so that was that. That was alright still. Manchester, I think we're here again in about a month's time. 6 weeks maybe, something like that.
Whenever you want us, just to tell us.
And then we're going to try something different. Hopefully these flipping stupid 10 o'clock lockdown thing is over because it's dead.
When are we doing a food challenge?
Soon, bro. Soon, but I'm sick now. I don't want to talk about challenge right now. I feel sick. Sick in the head.
Mina shawada.
Bruv,
Anyway, let's start. Let's start with the boxing today.
are you done? You end it with a flipping banging finale, bruv. Let's talk about the UFC, bruv.
I'm so excited to talk about it.
Let's talk about the UFC. I'm going to get my phone.
UFC.
Just so we don't
Is
miss what we...
UFC.
Okay? So let's talk about...
Let's start with the card. Brian Ortega versus Korean Zombie on UFC Fight Night
253. What?
What?
Something like that.
Fight Night 253.
Oh, sorry. UFC, it was 253 though. I'm sure it is because 254 is next week. Isn't it?
Shabada. It can't be.
Bruv.
It can't be.
Alright, it doesn't matter because we're just talking about the fight, not the flipping name of the fight. You get me?
The name of the fight. The name of the fight was. Should we talk about?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna jump straight in because I'm not gonna lie to you. Although this was a great card, it was overshadowed. Yeah, it was overshadowed by the boxing. I personally don't want to go and talk about anything other than the main event because I want to talk about the boxing. That's my opinion. What do you think, man?
Take it away. I'm a bystander here. Don't give me a chance to speak.
No.
You're aggressive. Evil.
I said you're aggressive.
You're just
No, I'm saying I think
you're
we
the
just.
worst podcaster
Brian, alright, listen.
in the world.
So we're gonna talk about quickly the Korean Zombie. What's his full name, bruv?
Chang Sung Jung.
There you go.
I'm from Britain.
Versus T-City, Brian Ortega.
Made a comeback. After almost 2 years out, you know.
He won by unanimous decision.
Yes.
He won by unanimous decision.
Unanimous.
Which is a big thing to say, because, or a big achievement, because he was, I don't know officially, but he was the underdog kind of going in it. I doubted him, no doubt. Yesterday or last night's event or fights was all like a hell of like a letdown on my calls. Does that make sense? Like I just showed that I don't know shit about boxing, as they say. You get me?
About combat sports.
But yeah, about combat sports, because I had Zombie winning that one going into the fight.
But do you know what? A lot of people did.
I know.
A lot of people did. So don't
was the day
don't
of
doubt
upset.
yourself, love.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks. You say love.
Yeah.
I'll wait, blood.
When Emmerdale, that's what they did up here.
All right. So you know, let's talk about it. So
Don't doubt yourself. But being honest though, a lot of guys. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's strange though. Because before Brian Ortega took on Max Holloway,
yeah,
everyone was like, "This kid's the next."
yeah,
Real deal. He's got the look. He's got the hip look. You know, the hair and
yeah,
the skater look, and he's got the blue eyes, and everyone like talks well. The whole package kind of
yeah.
thing. And he was going in and he stopped a few people, but he's a submission artist and he's tapping people out with these crazy submissions, hanging on to them like a monkey and making them tap.
Yeah.
And I mean, he got in there with Max, and I think kind of the wrong game plan. But again, I think Max is a better fighter than him in general. So I think it was just two things, you know. I think maybe it was too soon, but you never know. Because I guess you can't say that because you know people get thrown into the deep end and sometimes
Prevail,
swim.
as we might see.
Instead of sinking.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that very soon. But yeah, before that Holloway fight, everyone was talking about this guy, everyone was on the boat.
Yeah.
He took the Holloway fight and he got pummeled. He got panned.
He held licks in that fight. Again, check one of the posts.
I think it was the most.
He received more licks in that fight than he dished out in his previous 5.
Yeah, that's it.
He received more strikes in that fight than he dished out in his previous 5 fights. That's a madness. Obviously, he's not a striker like that.
It's crazy though. Everyone thinks that's a negative, but Max must have just been on some mad thing that night.
Yeah,
because the output was crazy. But regardless, forget that. What I was trying to say is, because I'm taking a bit long with it, is everyone was on his boat before. He took that Holloway loss, and then obviously he had a bit of time out, and he was gone. I think he was injured for a bit. I think he had surgery or something like that. Yeah. Came back and whatnot. And then these guys were due to fight earlier this year. Yeah. With that K-pop singer. What happened in that situation?
I don't know about
do you remember?
No.
They were at the fight and then he slapped him or something in the crowd.
Who slapped who?
Ortega slapped his friend.
What a G.
Chinese friend.
Oh, I don't even know that.
He's like some famous Korean singer or artist or something like that.
I don't know that stuff.
I don't know, he was trying to mix a fight, between them, stirring it, or something, and he said something like to Brown Ortega, like, you're a Fossey or something. I can't remember exactly what, and Brown was just like, you mad, and clapped him up.
We try to find that video.
Like a Habib and Martin thing.
Yeah.
I had diarrhea all week, bad.
I really don't know why he's mad at me. I've never put words in Zombie's mouth. You know, if I mistranslated, I apologize. That's my bad. I'm not a professional translator, you know?
Racist.
But anyway, yeah. So a lot of people kind of had Brian going into this fight as, I wouldn't say an underdog, but someone who has a point to prove and might actually get beaten quite convincingly. Yeah. Because a lot of people I saw online and a lot of people I spoke to said they had Zombie winner by knockout. Yes. And I was like, okay, Zombie's a good fighter. Zombie's a very, very good fighter.
No, I had to go in that way, bro. Well, I had Zombie winning, innit? 100% in my head. I was like, there's no doubt about it. If I was a betting man, I'd have put money on that. I'd have been broke. But
then I think, again, it comes down to recency bias, you know? People hang on to your last performance. People hang on to what's going on currently. And people forgot how good Brian Ortega is and how young he is. People got to realise.
What's his age?
I think he's 27 now. Okay. He's not saying he's
but
he's a spring chicken, but he's still, you know what I mean? Let me just double check that. But he's still got so much to learn and grow. You know what I mean? It's not like
he's got a long way to go.
And he started quite late in his life. Yeah. You know, so let me just double check how old he is. Yeah. But yeah, he won. He outclassed him. Really.
He outgunned him.
Sorry, not 27. He's 29.
29. Alright.
But he turned 29 this year, so.
Either way,
he's still got a lot of years ahead of him, and you know, fighting Holloway already, you know, not too deep into his career because he's still quite relatively new in terms of the amount of fights he's had. Only benefits him. I think he's learned so much.
Yeah, that's true. From
that fight.
See, that's the thing. Even if you lose in a fight like that, if you download the data and you improve from these things, then it's a worthwhile loss.
Apply, you know?
Do you get me? It's not a complete L. If you lose and you've learned nothing, you take home nothing, then that's the sign of a better fighter.
He dismantled Zombie. He beat him up.
He did, man.
He took it to him. And
his spinning elbows was, even a couple of them didn't land, but them elbows were so beautiful to watch.
He's creative.
They were neat. They were tight. They were fast. They were accurate. Boy, I like that a lot. And his jab.
They didn't land, but they were accurate.
No, some of them didn't land.
No.
Some of them didn't land, but when they did, they were thrown very accurately. Even if
I know what you're saying. They're very.
Shut up! You ruining it. You're ruining it.
Oh man, you're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it.
Lie. They didn't land, but they were accurate.
That's the truth. The jab blood in my mouth. The jab was just phenomenal. You keep pumping that thing out. You have no answer.
And again,
yeah.
Sorry, it's just the range, the control of the range. When you're that long and your reach is that long and you're that lanky,
yes.
use what you have given to you.
Just that blood.
You're naturally born with that. Use it. And look, and in that Holloway fight, he really didn't use the jab much. If I remember correctly, it's almost 2 years ago now, but he didn't really throw his jab a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't think he stuck to his strengths. You know, I don't think he was going to outstrike Holloway. To be honest, I don't think he was going to outstrike Korean Zombie.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Zombie was the better.
His game, Aaron Horney said, his bread and butter is flipping jiu-jitsu, bro. Yeah. But he outstruck him.
But again,
that was striking.
That's what 2 years can do. 2 years out of the game, you go there and you study, you learn your craft, you grind. Especially if you're coming off a loss. If you're coming off a win, this is where I think it changes. I know it might sound weird now, but listen to what I'm saying. If you've won your last fight and then you go on a 2 year hiatus, of course you can improve.
Oh, but you're kind of sitting on your laurels.
Correct.
Thinking, you know what? That's the point, because I was going to say, do you really think that? I don't think that much time off is beneficial, but that's a fair point.
If you come off a loss
then you're using them 2 years. You're not taking them for granted.
Yes.
You know, I like that. Yeah.
I'm not forceful.
Yeah, because
I'm not as dumb as I look.
Because there's a point. Because I was about to compare that to obviously what we're going to move on to eventually. But Lomachenko, as I say, well, there's been a long layoff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, gone his way, but that makes a lot of sense. If you're coming off a loss and a devastating loss like that, then yeah, it's time to. And he didn't even look terrible afterwards. Like, he wasn't mashed up.
Who?
Ortega.
Yeah, no, he had like a little bit.
He looked fine. Again,
he looks mad though because he shaved his hair off.
He does look. He looks like he was on all types of smoke, bruv.
Yeah.
Ready, like
Reggie Yates. He looked serious though.
Yeah.
And maybe this is Brian Taker 2.0.
Maybe it is.
Let's see. Again, Dana White said that it's a #1 contenders fight, which I can't argue with really. I don't want to see Holloway and Volkanovski again.
Yeah, but I don't think, like I was discussing this briefly, I don't think it's time for a title fight. I think it's too soon for a title fight, man.
Who?
Ortega.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think 2
It's too
years
soon.
out.
2 years out, that doesn't make you a contender.
Yeah, I know, but he just come back and he beat.
Okay,
one of the best.
He needs another fight or two.
I hear what
I'm not saying give him a long wait, but one fight at least, one more fight to say, you know what? Yeah, it's the real deal. It wasn't fluke. That was a very good performance.
I think
was it just
the current climate now?
The current
there's
climate.
Not a lot of.
Are we talking about the fiscal flipping policy, bruv?
No, but in the current climate
of
the division, I just don't think there's anyone else who warrants a title shot at the moment, except no one does at the moment.
Alright.
But if you're gonna put someone on the top of the list, I'd probably say Brian. Does that make sense to you, brother? Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna give it to Holloway.
I said Brian, and I was like, who's he talking about, bruv?
Brian from Berlanga.
I was thinking, bruv, who's this flipping librarian called Brian, bruv? Okay, yeah, that threw me off still.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah. But then don't force a title. Well, you have to force a title fight, innit? Like, what a stupid comment.
Let me go through the rankings.
This guy's on his phone busy doing stuff that's worthwhile.
In that featherweight division, it's obviously Alex Volkanovski's #1. You've got Max Holloway as #2.
Yeah.
Slightly I forgot about this guy, but for some reason he's never mentioned in title contention. Zabit.
Yeah, no, but
why, bro?
Zabit doesn't.
Zabit has been around for time.
I want him to fight.
And he's been.
When was his last fight? When was his last fight?
Wasn't it Fire Ellen?
Was it? Oh yeah, man.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, it's true. Zabit, but I think he needs.
Didn't he fight Calvin Kattar last?
Yeah, I think so. Have you got that there?
I'm checking now. Sorry,
yeah.
I'll check. I think
he did. I think he
Calvin
did.
Kattar. And Calvin Kattar came back recently.
Yeah.
So Zabit, if that was Zabit's last fight, it's been a long time since he's fought. But go on, what were you saying, sorry?
I can't remember, but yeah.
You were saying something about Zabit. I said, why is he not mentioned in the title contention? His name's always up there, but no one ever.
His name's always up there. I think that's a case of him not being
well known,
well enough known, I'm not even going to say money fight because that's not what it's always about, but it's similar to Leon Edwards, isn't it? Like, again, someone was discussing the episode where we mentioned Leon Edwards and why he's not,
high risk, low reward.
Yeah, it's a high risk, low reward fight for anybody to go in with Zabit. So I think that's. I wouldn't be surprised if Dana's tried to make these fights and they've just said,
I think if you think about it though, I think Volkanovski and Ortega is a good fight.
I think it is a good fight. Styles make fights as well, so I think that fight there would, whichever way it goes, it's more convincing than Holloway Volkanovski. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because that just takes the mick. Like the whole Volkanovski Holloway sort of ordeal, the whole legacy is BS and it's #1 bullshit, right? But we all agree on that. Well, we mostly agree on that.
What do you mean?
It's #1 bullshit because he probably never really won. Like, you understand? Holloway won, arguably, these fights.
What?
Volkanovski.
You think so?
Yeah.
No,
We've had this argument.
I don't. Yeah, you have. I thought Volka won.
All of them. I think the first one, Volko won.
Second one was 50-50.
Oh yeah, we said that. Yeah.
First one I had Volka winning. They were both tight. What am I talking about? They were both.
Volko. No.
No.
The second one was
Second
Holloway.
one, Volko
Second
won.
one was Holloway. Second one was Holloway, 100%. First one.
Yeah, second one was Holloway.
Yeah, no doubt. But like.
First one, you could have given either way, but I had Volko winning because he.
You could have
he
given it
pressed the
either
action
way.
and
You could have given it either way or either way. It just caused too much riffraff. Do you get me?
But that's what I'm saying though, and that it gets to the point where you fought the guys twice, you've lost both times. How many times?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking a little bit right because I assumed there was a third fight already, but there wasn't. I assumed there was 3 of them, and I was thinking he lost all 3 of them, then, innit?
Yeah, no, it's 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, though,
and I don't want the trilogy. This is where the confusion came.
I'd like a trilogy, couple fights down the line. Holloway gets a few more
Later,
wins,
yeah.
and then you know what I mean. Maybe we see what happens.
But not straight off the bat, now.
Not again, man. They've done it twice in a row. If they did it 3 times, I don't think they will, because they probably would have booked it by now.
Yeah, book it.
But
yeah. That's what I was saying. Sorry, yeah, man. That was my mistake. Still. But yeah, man. So again, hats off to Brown Ortega with that massively impressive upset. You know, the bookies upset, if you like, and just a domination, bro. And I never saw that coming.
But yeah, Alex Volkanovski did tweet afterwards saying, "Finally, we have some direction in this division. Get in there and take that #1 spot, #1 contender spot. That's all I wanted." It looks like he's up for the fight against Brian Ortega. And you know, it's a good fight. It's a good fight, regardless of if it shouldn't happen now or too soon. We're in the business of wanting to see the best fights. And like Dana always says, we're in the business. What did he say? We're in the business of making fights.
Well, that's what you just said. I've been making fights.
We're in the business of watching the best fights.
Okay.
Dana's in the business of making the best fights.
Wow.
Yeah, Dana? So you want to come to me again about that, Dana?
Yeah, so you know what? Yeah.
I'm not.
Who?
I'm not.
Yeah. So I'm on that, man. Let's
It doesn't load, bro.
What are you doing? You're not connected, bud, because you got no data because you're an idiot.
No, I do, but it's just so slow, the internet, this shit yard. I hate it now.
I
was just trying to get the ranking because I
want.
wanted to say,
But yeah.
just quickly, because I wanted to actually try and see if we can think of anyone, apart from Ortega, who would be able to give him a good fight or deserves it. I just want to double check quickly, because I feel like someone will say, what about this person? Someone will definitely comment.
Well, if they're going to comment!
Let them comment, but let me talk about it, and we'll talk about it. Because
we'll talk about it after they comment.
We're the Sweet Science podcast.
Yeah. That's not working, so we need to move on, everybody. You might or what?
Give me 10 seconds. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So look, we're going, Holloway's #1, Ortega's now #2.
Okay.
So he's climbed up.
Yeah, of course.
Zabit's 3, Zombie was 4 now.
Okay, yeah.
Yair Rodriguez is 5.
Ooh.
Yair's a good fight.
Yeah.
Calvin Kate is 6. Does Calvin deserve a title shot? We spoke about this as well.
Yeah, no, definitely not yet.
There's Josh Emmett, Jeremy Stevens, Arnold Allen, and then Dan Ige.
That's mad though, because they're actually, although, you know, them lower names are like, alright, cool, but they're actually...
Do you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Vincent Barboza's in this division now.
Wow.
He's 14th. I don't know why he's so low, but... Edson is a
Edson Barboza's is lower because he's just,
Just come up in
yeah,
the division
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
But to think my man's fighting at featherweight, bro.
That's crazy.
And this guy was fighting he's fighting the big boys.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
That list, there isn't too many names that jump at you.
They're definitely not. Especially as you started going from like 5th downwards. I was like, what is this?
Up to about he was 5th
Yeah.
and 6th, Calvin Cater.
No, not even Calvin. No, I'm not really excited.
But he's only a name that people know. After that, this goes a bit like, you know, you got a few guys in there like Dan Ige and stuff who people know. 11 is Shane Burgos. This guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just, apart from Ortega, I mean, who could you slap in the
It doesn't worth.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You get me? But yeah, man. I'm only covering the main event because I only want to. Well, I want to rush to this. I want to rush to this. So maybe some honourable shout outs on our Instagram. You see those honourable shout outs for the fights. But guys, let us please take a moment to congratulate.
Wait, should we not talk about the undercard quickly?
This is what I'm saying. I was just saying we're gonna honourable mention them on the Instagram. But go ahead then.
Is that what we're gonna do first?
No. I was just gonna not cover it. Go for it. Who in particular did you want to cover? Did you want to talk about?
I just wanted, not even the rest of the card, not even the covering event, the fight before the covering event. I just want to talk about Edgar Berlanga. Hey, this guy, is this the first time I think you watched him live, right?
First time I watched him fight, not live, but yeah, as in, boy.
What did you think?
So Edgar Berlanga, who did he take on?
Lanell Bellows.
Yes. Is that Bellows? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Bellows? Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
Lanell Bellows.
Yeah,
so Edgar Berlanga versus Lanell Bellows.
Bro.
And bro,
this guy's average fight time, yeah,
95
it's like 95 seconds. Prior to this fight, he had 14 wins. He was 14-0. 14 wins by way of knockout in the first round. You can't get more perfect than that.
Yeah, I thought Golovkin was a beast.
Blah, this guy is a Puerto Rican monster. He called himself, he's a self-professed monster. Okay, so he went into this fight. A lot of people doubted how well he would perform. Yeah, not how well he would perform. Say this guy's going to test him, he's going to take him further. It was an 8-rounder. It was scheduled for 8 rounds. Yeah?
And Lanell Bellows has never been stopped before.
Never been stopped before. Let alone in however many seconds. He stopped him in 75 seconds, something like that.
He beat his record by 20 seconds.
And 15 seconds, that was the average. That was the average, I think. So he beat him in like 1 minute and 15 seconds with just ruthless, relentless, heavy punches to the top of the head. Not to the back of the head, but to the ear, yeah? And he smelled blood and just jumped on it.
Mm.
He smelled blood, jumped on it, and his coach was still not happy with his performance. Did you see when he did the 10 push-ups? I didn't clock why. I thought he was showboating. I thought he was showboating. I thought he was doing push-ups because he was like, yeah, I still got energy in it. Like, I got time, yeah?
Coach punished him.
Coach says, give me 10 push-ups. So they asked him in the post-fight, and he was like, basically, coach wanted me to do the jab, the right hook, and the uppercut, and I didn't do it. I was just doing my own thing. I didn't do none of that, like you saw. And I just did my own thing. I smelled blood, so I took it. And rightly so, to be honest. He never made no mistakes. And his coach still punished him. It's a sign of a good coach, I guess.
Good, very good. Discipline.
You've got to take discipline. But
you don't get carried away with your success.
Yeah.
But this kid is a monster. He's an absolute tank.
Absolute tank.
He's running through people. He hits hard. He hits with bad intentions. And I think he's a serious problem. Serious problem for anybody. I just think if Edgar carries on like this, he will be a superstar in no time. People love knockouts. We fans are evil. We like to see blood, sweat,
Absolutely.
a lot of blood, and more the few tears. But we just want to see people hurt.
But that's the fight game, isn't it? That's exactly it. Like, I do like seeing a fighter.
He's a kid, bro. He's 23.
That's crazy, bro.
He's
that's
23.
Crazy.
He's very mature for a 23-year-old. He looks like, I don't have to explain it, but he looks like a 28.
He's
Do you know what I mean in terms of physique?
He's grown up quick.
Yeah.
He's had to grow up
He's a
quite
big
quick.
guy.
Do you understand me?
He hits hard, man.
No, he does hit hard.
And it's not like I know he's got one punch knockout power.
No. It's beyond that.
But it's not even that. It's like you know when someone clubs you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like club a lang, like every shot lands is like whoosh.
Everyone has intention. It's got bad intentions. It's got. Do you know what I mean?
Like I'd rather be knocked out clean by him
with
one shot
than
than take an accumulation.
Because
it's not. There's different types of accumulative power. There's a Pacquiao accumulative, which is which over a long period of time will tire you out and eventually you know like a Loma style, no mas. You either get stopped on your stool, stopped on your feet. Whereas this guy, I think he's hitting you so hard, it's accumulating, but it's like you don't want to be there. Like you're thinking of a way to just wanting to die.
Yes.
Like,
So from the first
he said
punch
himself,
that lands, you're thinking, whoa,
bro,
I never expected it.
Yeah.
And it's like, blood. That I never saw that coming. And then you get another, and then you get another. You're like, shit. How do I make it stop?
Yeah.
Make it stop. Yeah. And then I think the ref stopped it. Yeah, the ref did stop this fight. So it was a TKO. The ref stopped it, and he did not. He wasn't even there. His eyes were elsewhere, innit? But he did not contest one bit. He was just like that. He was dazed. He didn't know what was going on. Even after he came round, it was like, you know what,
He's an
ref,
animal,
thank
man.
you for saving me. You saved my life.
Yeah.
You get me? But yeah.
And you know that super middleweight division is really stacked, man. Super stacked. You got this kid, 23-year-old from Brooklyn, New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's from Compton, no?
Compton, yeah.
But he's fighting out of Brooklyn, I think that's what it is.
Something like that.
But you got this kid here in the super middleweight division, and you got Canelo who's floating about in every single division.
Yeah.
You got Billy Joe Saunders. You got Callum Smith. You got Caleb Plant.
Underrated guy.
Who's the other guy? David Benavidez.
I think it's too soon for him to go to that level.
No, but I'm just saying though.
But
the division is already stacked.
Yeah.
And
Just
adding
adding
killer
to
the division is mad.
But when
It's mad.
I think a few more fights and he can start to really, jump. No, I think he should jump up now. So
I think he'll take out a few of the guys, He looks, but again, we get carried away on the hype.
I think there's so many questions that cannot be answered
until he steps up, though.
Not just until he steps up. Obviously, until he steps up, but until he gets beyond that first round. Does that make sense? Until he finds someone who matches his power or who can take his power. There's so many questions that
he really reminds me of a who's that light heavyweight? I'm thinking of Murat Gasayev. No, Bertabiev.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he reminds me of a Bertabiev kind of guy, who I think could possibly be outboxed by someone who's a master tactician.
That's it.
But will walk through everybody else.
Yeah.
Unless you've got that specific style to stay away for 12 rounds.
That's a good comparison.
Like a Billy Joe.
Yeah.
Or even a Canelo, I think.
Yeah.
Canelo could hack it with him because of the IQ.
Yes.
The same with Bertabiev. Bertabiev will walk through all of you, but I think if you give him someone who's a master tactician,
someone who can take that power, so someone who's just more used to, like you said, Canelo. We saw him take Triple G's biggest punch. So let's just use that as an example. Obviously, we're not saying put them two together. Someone who can take a big punch, someone with a better IQ or a good IQ that can see these punches coming, evade the big ones, neutralize his power. Then
that's a big thing.
But then you're asking for a flipping world champion, obviously. You see what I'm trying to say?
You're asking for a perfect fighter.
You're asking for Canelo.
If we keep it simple, we'll just say someone who's a tactician, a technician.
Let's just get him there. Let's just let him improve now. Put him in a 10 rounder, 12 rounder. He doesn't need it right now, but he might do in the future.
Gritar Puerto Rico. Gritar. What's his name? Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
Shout out, my brother.
All right. He speaks Spanish because he was born there. But yeah, well done, well done, man. You know what? 23 years old, 15 fights, 15 KOs in the first round. Blood.
Under
Crazy.
100 seconds.
That's crazy. We need to roast you. And then we have got.
Moving on. Time.
It is a mix of having a heavy heart and being very happy and like wishing well to this guy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Same.
It's so hard
Same.
because I think everybody knows going into the fight, I had Loma winning by landslide. Like it was gonna be easy for him. I maybe foolishly said it would be a knockout, and then I realized, you know what? He's too Lopez has got too much heart. Sorry. Lomachenko and Lopez fought yesterday.
Vasiliy Lomachenko
Vasiliy
versus TEOFIMO Lopez.
This TEOFIMO
The WBA, WBO, IBF, WBC franchise and Ring Magazine championships of the world. All of
5
the
belts, blood. And you're coming to me with your flipping little Gucci thing. Get out of here, bruv. Get out of here, bruv. 5 belts.
All or nothing. Vasiliy put 3 on the line.
El todo
1.
or nada.
Or 4, but the Ring Magazine was
You get
Vasiliy
me?
as well.
That's it.
But we're talking about the recognised organisations. Vasiliy was WBO. Sorry, Vasiliy was, I can't even remember now. No, it doesn't even matter.
Franchise. Was it WBO? I don't know. Who cares? Someone else has got it now. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Now, Vasiliy Lomachenko, prior to this fight, had 1 loss. That was his second fight?
Second fight.
Second fight was a title fight.
Which is unheard of.
Unheard of. Also, it was on points.
Yeah, he lost the split decision.
Split decision.
To
Very
a
close.
killer. Orlando Salido is a good dirty bastard.
Do you get me? And arguably he should have won the fight. So we can almost, obviously not because technically it's there, almost discount that loss. Yeah? This one was a clear, well no, that's a bad one to say.
Yeah,
It wasn't clear. The first half, my mind was made up. We were like, we might as well post it now.
Yeah, we literally thought it was done.
Lomachenko gets dominated by the young, hungry TEOFIMO Lopez.
Do something there.
Yeah.
Let's put it into context now as well. Yeah?
Okay.
Listen to what Miles just said. This is a guy 396 and 1 in the amateur ranks.
Wow!
Unheard of.
396 wins, 1 loss.
And he avenged that loss twice.
Twice.
He pammed him twice.
Dos times.
2-time.
Wow.
Double Olympic champion. Gold medalist. He's got them tatted here and here.
Mm-hmm.
He is high tech. He is the Matrix. He is Vasiliy Lomachenko. Pound for pound, great. Arguably already...
In my mind, he was the pound for pound best.
Yes, and in everyone's mind. No one can take it away from him now just because he's lost this fight.
Yeah, no, 100%. We'll get to that.
He arguably is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Already.
He is.
This was his 16th fight as well. This is the maddest thing. World champion in his, I think his 3rd fight. I think after Salido he went straight into a title fight again against Gary Russell Jr.
Is it?
I think it was 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
Regardless, 2-weight world champion, 3-weight world champion, sorry.
Like my
Yeah?
mind is frying.
You have to understand, for people who don't know Lomachenko or who don't know boxing, this guy is considered, he's on the same levels of the Mayweathers in terms of IQ and boxing ability, you know?
Yeah.
He's a superstar. He is so good. Like he's a master of the sport, and he's beaten the likes of Rigondeux. He's beaten the likes of Nicholas Walters. He's beaten the likes of Linares, Luke Campbell. These are elite after elite.
Not only is he beating them, he is making them retire in their corners. Yeah, on their stools. Do you understand? So I'm gonna go back. I always reference this fight because this was mind blowing. Yeah. Rigondeux, Lomachenko. I spoke about this last week.
A boxing fan's dream.
And I was like, bruv, I was watching Rigondeux training, and he was doing these mad jumping forward rolls and backward rolls, and I was like, whoa, this guy is gonna do some crazy stuff, and it's gonna be a crazy fight. It's gonna be one of them flipping. What's that show that you like? The cartoon thing. Dragon Ball Z. It's gonna be one of them mad ones there.
Anime.
Yeah, sparks flying out their eyes and their hair is glowing red. And he retired, bro. He completely neutralized anything that Rigondeux had. He made him look weak. He made him look like a shit
He
fighter.
made Rigondeux, who's again also on this level, elite status, master boxer, Cuban style. He made him look amateurish.
He made him look very amateurish. Absolutely.
He bullied him and hammed him.
And then in the end, he said, you know, was it 6 round?
6
I
rounds.
said, I don't want it.
No
I don't want it. I have no answer for this. Why am I going to enjoy another 6 of these? 6. Why am I going to enjoy another 6 of these rounds?
What did he say?
No mas. He goes, hello everybody, know my name is Lomachenko. Maybe I should change my name to Lomachenko. Blood, genius. Because that's exactly what you did. They literally had to rename you, blood.
Heard of.
It's not even about unheard of, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable scenes, Jeff.
Now, I'm not even trying to, it's not like I've got a flipping celebrity crush on this guy, but he is so amazing. In my eyes, he was a master. His dad took him out, I keep mentioning this again, took him out of boxing and put him in ballet, Ukrainian ballet, for 4 years. My son's going to do the same thing. Not Ukrainian ballet, but I'm going to put him in boxing. He's going to start doing ballet or some sort of thing to make his footwork so sensational, and he's going to be dancing around the ring. But all of that came crashing down last night. All of that came crashing down last night.
Well, man. It's a very good idea. My son's going to do the same.
My son's going to do flipping archery. But anyway.
My son's going to do
So,
Berlanga.
they took on the fight. He took on TEOFIMO Lopez. TEOFIMO Lopez, we've not given him any introduction. 23 years old, that we have. 23 years old.
World champion.
World champion. Is he 23? Yeah, world champion. Never lost a fight, obviously.
From New York.
From New York.
Undefeated, and people were really undercutting his ability. He was being he's a very underrated guy.
Yes,
People
yes.
didn't
A lot of
realise-
it was his power will get him through. His power will get him through. And that power is not going to be sufficient for the masterful Lomachenko. That's what I said. I knew there was more than power, but I'm saying, you know, it's not enough. He doesn't have enough of a skill set. He don't have enough tools to
Outmaster the master.
To outmaster the master. The master who takes 2 rounds, 3, 4 rounds at tops to work you out completely and then dismantle you, humiliate you. Yeah?
And this is why people won't realise this, how big of a win this is. This is history.
Absolutely.
This is history making, because I didn't think anyone would beat Lomachenko. Sorry, this is fly.
Man tried to do that Obama thing. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ugh, you are same fly that killed my father. Fire!
Obama-san, you have killed the fly with your bare hand. Only a true karate master can accomplish this feat.
I have destroyed the fly.
I don't think anyone thought Lomachenko would lose anytime soon. And the fact is, this young brash, as they kept saying, he's not even that brash, he's just confident in himself.
Yeah, exactly.
This young, hungry lion who nobody expected to come in here and win. A few people did.
At one point you did, but you changed your mind. I have to give you that. But then at the same time,
I did.
you kind of realised though that Lomachenko maybe, like I said this last week, he's not reached his 100%. And I'm thinking, he probably still hasn't, but in this situation, styles make fights, yeah? And TEOFIMO Lopez was able to completely and utterly neutralise any threat that Lomachenko had. By doing what? By out-jabbing the jabber, by not letting him, so he was disrupting his flow, not letting him move to TEOFIMO's right and throw that right. Yeah?
He never got settled. He could never find a rhythm until
He couldn't.
too late on.
Yeah, around 6 or 7, you know, later on in the second half of the fight, he started to find his flow a little bit. And he had pockets of magic, and I was like,
But
yo,
the
look at
difference,
the angles that he's landing these punches at. Yeah?
The main thing that I took away from that, and the difference in fights we've seen before, is when someone does that in a fight, usually you have the other fighter goes into his shell then.
Thank you.
And decides, it doesn't decide, but he goes into his shell and is like,
And then,
what's going
yeah,
on?
he gets disheartened by,
Yeah.
oh my days, I've been winning, I've been dominating
So
for
that's-
6-7 rounds.
You see that, you saw that, good prime example, Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev. Andre
Yeah.
Ward, Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev.
Yeah.
Kovalev pammed him, was dominating Andre. Again, master boxer. This animal. And Sergey, who's that? Is known for the power. And people underestimate his boxing ability and his IQ. Sergey dominated the first half of the fight.
Yeah.
And you saw Andre start to apply his tactics. And you see Sergey going into his shell a little bit.
Yes.
And start to think. He started to overthink his work. Whereas before the first 6 rounds, very natural. Yeah. Everything's coming up what he wants to do.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not overthinking it. And he was dictating the thing. With TEOFIMO, is the same thing happened here. Is the reason I don't think the judges probably saw it how most people saw it, where it was 6-6 or 5-7, very close, is because TEOFIMO never went into his shell. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds, but he kept punching back. He kept throwing, and that's so key when you're trying to take the title from the king.
It's so true, man.
Do you get it?
Another good point. This guy's on fire today.
You can't go into a fight like that and let the guy who's the master, who's the A side, who's the main man, you've already dominated the first 6, you're already ahead. Yeah? It's going to take a lot for him. He has to work now double to try and catch up to you. Not because you've dropped him 6 times in the first 6 rounds, but the fact is the judges have seen you dominate this guy who's the master. And they're just like, it's really weird because it shouldn't be like that, but it can play tricks on your mind.
Yeah.
Like when I think about it and I watched it back again, the highlights again, when I was watching it live, I was like, bro, Loma's pounding him second half. But then when I really looked at it, it's because he had no success in the first 6 rounds.
Yes.
That as soon as he started to land a few punches,
we're like, yeah, here he is.
We're like, what the, no, he's back.
And we're expecting him, to now do what we expected him to do before, but just a bit delayed. And I thought, you know what, so he's going to realise we know he takes a couple rounds off at the beginning to download the data and to process that and then to completely reverse the fight. Sorry to cut you off, Cash.
No, that's fine.
What he did was, whenever there was like that pocket of magic, yeah, that little burst of, okay, boom, there we go. And for a second, TEOFIMO looks, like, not dazed, but he's getting rocked because his head's getting snapped back. We're like, this is it. You know when you're watching a dead movie or something that's boring and then you see a little bit of excitement, oh, here we go, you over-exaggerate it. And in hindsight, that's what it was, because I was genuinely falling asleep here. I was laying down, I had my feet up, I was watching the fight, genuinely like,
And just to interject,
not because it was a boring fight.
Exactly. I was just about to say it. It's not because it was a boring fight.
Yeah.
It was obviously because he was tired, but it was.
But I was also like, I was so upset. I was so upset with him.
So repetitive.
Yeah.
In the action, we were just like. That's why we said we should even get the pose ready now, because it was.
You could almost predict how every round was going to go.
I said to Master, the first 2 rounds, I was like, remember I said to you, as soon as he went back to the corner in the second round,
yeah,
I was like, bro, is it me or does he look nervous?
Yeah,
he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, bro, he looks gun shy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Loma went into this fight not overlooking TEOFIMO. I don't think he did that because this guy's had over almost 400 amateur fights, 4 in the Olympics twice. He knows better to underestimate someone. You know, when you're at that level and you've won so much, you don't get to that stage just for underestimating opponents. I think what happened is I don't think he expected TEOFIMO to be as good as he was. And when he realised it, he was so far taken aback by it that it kind of threw him off his game plan. The Lomachenko we know didn't come out until maybe around 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it was just too late. And it wasn't enough.
And it wasn't enough. Because even in those rounds, I think there was 2, 3 rounds I could have said, clear Loma, clear.
Yeah.
He did dominate the second half of the fight. From 7 till about 11, he dominated.
7 till 11.
Those were his rounds. But again, like we said, because his action in the first 6 rounds was so minimal, even if he upped the ante a teeny bit, which is what he did, everyone naturally would have been like, yeah, this is Loma's round. Yeah, Loma done well. Yeah, Loma done
this is what we were waiting, this is what we're waiting for. Then you're thinking, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
But, to TEOFIMO's credit, he fought back. Even if it's a shot, bro, it doesn't matter if it's not landing. You don't let the judges, it's all about the eyes, Chico, like
activity,
yeah. You don't let the judges seem like you're getting outworked. And TEOFIMO, even if you weren't landing clean shots, or even if they weren't affecting Loma, he's throwing his 1-2. Just out there, ba-ba. He's throwing a jab, he's trying to answer back. They always say answer back, you should never answer back in school. You should never answer back to your teacher or your parents. But in boxing, you have to answer back. Always. Yeah. And man, I'm happy. I was upset because I really like Lomachenko.
Of course.
But there's a point where you have to kind of say, you know what, hats off, mate. Roll down. Takeover complete.
And you know what's really mad? Or what was really impressive for me was the 12th round. Because you noted, round 7 to 11, quite clearly, Lomachenko's. Then round 12, you'll assume then, innit? That momentum, Lomachenko is the far more experienced fighter. He will go into this round thinking, I have to make a statement. I have to really seal this. If I can't put him away, at the very least dominate this round. He could not do it. TEOFIMO Lopez, even though his dad told him, you've got this fight in the bag, you can take it easy. He said, nah, F that, I'm not having it. I'm making this statement. And he carried on and he said, no, I'm not leaving it to the judges where possible. Obviously in the end it was in their hands, but he completely demolished him. That last round is where the majority of my respect for him was gained.
If there's another minute or two, the way he was rocking. I saw Loma a bit dazed.
Yes.
But again, that's what makes a champion. That is what separates these guys. Is when the going gets tough, tough get going. You've heard that saying. But after losing, so this is the thing. It's such a mental warfare with Lomachenko. It's so taxing for your mind. Just think of it like this. I know it's hard to imagine, but if you're a real boxing fan or you've been in the ring, you probably understand. Yeah. Imagine dominating someone so good for 6 rounds. Someone elite who's considered the best. In your head, yeah? I'm TEOFIMO Lopez, for example. I've dominated Lomachenko for the first 6 rounds. My confidence is there right now. And I'm seeing this guy go back with his puppy dog eyes every single round to his dad in the corner looking like, fuck, what's going on? 10-9, 10-9, like put him on and he says, 10-9, 10-9, 10, going back. And then out of nowhere, this guy just snaps out of nowhere and just wakes the fuck up, and from 7 to 11 starts beating you. As a young fighter who's never been in this situation before,
you know what, I gave him my best shot.
Yes, your brain is playing tricks on you straight away. You're like, fuck, man, I'm getting beaten up again. I'm getting beaten up now. I'm getting beaten now. I just dominated this guy. I've completely outlasted him. I thought I had the best out of my skin for the first 6 rounds. Where's he come from? How has he done this? That's what you think to yourself. And that's it's like in football, for example. I always compare it to football. Is you could be 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go or 30 minutes to go, and they equalise and they score 3 goals. And you're thinking to yourself, bro, I dominated the whole game. Yeah. I'm 3-0 up. How did they come back and get a draw? How did they get a point from this game? And it's similar to that. But then that is where the elite fighters and someone, this is why people need to give this guy credit. He's only 23. He's a kid. He has never fought at this level
mentally
before.
He's strong though.
Yes, and that's what happened.
That's mature.
He got beaten those couple of rounds, but he said this is the 12th round, this is the last round, this is make or break, all or nothing, all of the marbles, WBA, WBO, IBF, WBC franchise, Ring Magazine, championships on the line. Yeah? Youngest ever undisputed champion is on the line. Man. Second youngest fighter ever in the history of boxing to hold a 3rd division title. Yeah, first was Mike Tyson, 21 years of age. And what did he do? He came out and he put the work in. He put the pressure on Loma. Loma doesn't like pressure. Loma doesn't like fighting off the back foot. Loma likes coming forward, creating the angles, pa 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 pa, pi 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 pa, pum pam pam, bam to the one. Yeah? Shabama. And he didn't. He couldn't get going. He couldn't get into the flow. And congratulations to TEOFIMO. You are the man. You are the man.
Thinking about it once again, like I slept a bit fuming in it. I slept thinking, Loma, man, what happened? But you can't like take it away from TEOFIMO. You can't not be happy for him, because that was such a performance. That was so amazing. Like you said, even if he did lose, you know, those not middle rounds, but the later rounds, it was the fact that he just came back in the 12th and that was his best round. That was probably his best round. The 12th round being his best round. Crazy. That's the maturity. That's heart. That is like, what's the word?
IQ.
IQ, just so much, man. You know what, blood? Well done. Well done, TEOFIMO, man. I'm excited to see what's happening, man.
Do you think they should take an immediate rematch if they have it?
I think Loma would like to. I think Loma would like
If
to.
you were in
Really,
his team,
truly,
would you say yes?
yeah, no. I would personally say let's take that again.
What I do as well is, if I was Loma, I'd take the immediate rematch. If I was Teo, I'd prolong it as far as I can.
Yes, exactly.
Because from what I saw in the second half of the fight, I think again, one thing I noticed and I believe strongly is I think not Loma respected his power too much, but I think he was a little afraid of getting clipped by Teo.
Yes,
and I think once he realised in the second half of the fight, maybe he's not hitting as hard, he's a bit tired, I can take his shot. If he started the fight, he did how he ended it, or the last 4 or 5 rounds, he would clearly win the fight. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think if he takes that rematch and now he's catching him at a better time, because Teo will only get better and better and better.
Wow, yeah.
Because Teo will fight other guys, he will get more experience, he will learn from this.
Yeah.
The best time is now. For if Loma wants to win those unified titles and win those battles back, do it ASAP.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely going to go back and say, like, you know, give me that. Unless he's mentally beaten, which I don't think is in him, to be honest. But unless he's been beaten mentally and saying, oh, shit, I just didn't have no answer for it. I'm not trying to get humiliated again. I don't really want to lose twice to the same guy consecutively. That's just not what I came to do. But then where does he go then? Who does he fight? What happens? Do you know what I mean?
Does he move back down to another division? Does he move back 2 divisions down? These guys are quite big. But again, he's shown that his ability is far superior to most of the guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy because a year or 2 ago, we were talking about him going up to fight Pacquiao.
Mad!
41, 47, and let's be honest now, man. Let's be real.
Nah,
he doesn't have the power that Manny does to go 8 divisions.
No,
I'm sorry, but you got to realize, Manny 8 divisions, Floyd 5, 6 divisions, Canelo 4, 5. These men all have one thing in common. Yeah, they're not the biggest, but they've got the pop to keep you at bay. And I think that's one thing which he struggled with again is TEOFIMO was walking through his shots. There's a few that caught him, and obviously
even still though,
stung him, but he never looked. He never really
staggered him.
Yeah, he never really stopped in his tracks.
Yes,
he came forward, and I think that's a bit disheartening for someone like that because he's so used to pamming you so much. So I think he should take the rematch. I think if they do rematch, he might be able to take it.
Yeah.
But again, Teo's going to get better as well. So
it's crazy.
Lopez is going to get better. It's crazy because it was so unexpected, but it was so beautiful at the same time.
It was beautiful to see, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I get almost bittersweet in it because I didn't want to see Loma lose like that. But boy, this guy deserves
it. If anyone deserves it and anyone was going to win it.
If any performance deserves it, because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not a big fan of TEOFIMO Lopez's silly little, his aura. I've got a lot of rage in me. I'm not going to say, shut up, man. Like, do you know what I mean? But him as a boxer and his performance and his ability, if any performance was going to make me think you deserve it, it was exactly this. Does that make sense?
Do you know what's scary?
Yeah.
Is that he's only 23.
Madness, bro.
He's only starting off.
Like, if he went into that fight and he just knocked out Loma with a lucky punch or like just a big punch in second round or the first round,
people wouldn't
I'd be like, that's dead. But
that's the baddest thing. People would have enjoyed it, but would have been like, oh, he was lucky.
Yeah.
He caught Loma off guard. Loma was out for 14 months. Blah blah
blah.
You know, ring rust. He didn't adjust. The fact he went in there and outboxed him for the majority of the fight, 2/3 of the fight, shows you the level this kid is at and how good he's going to be going forward.
Okay, 100%. The ref, the flipping, the
Sorry,
judge's scorecard was there.
You know, earlier you said, that's what I was going to come to.
Yeah.
Earlier you said it was a clear it was a tight fight and stuff. And I don't know how you don't understand Julie Lederman's scorecard. 119 to 109. Julie, what are you smoking up there?
Taking a piss.
You scared. What are you on? This is what I hate about judges, yeah? Is because
They just go in there with a bias.
Like, I understand it. They need to get these people out of boxing. You need to get people who've boxed, people who know boxing, coaches, former trainers, fighters, in there judging. These guys are half asleep, bruv. They don't know the sport.
Though, man. You can't do that. To be honest, again, it's a whole different conversation, but that might kind of spark some sort of like bias once again. Like, you know,
I'd rather them be biased than fucking judges be biased. Excuse my French.
Yeah, it's calm, but like,
because they know the sport, bro. How? Someone tell me in.
But then, okay.
How was that 119, 109?
How many fans are watching, giving it a better like the scorecard, making it a bit more even, but they ain't boxed before either. So it doesn't really. I mean, it's not. It's not about having a history in boxing or having experience in the ring. It's about knowing what you're looking for.
But that's what I'm saying.
There are standards, but I just don't know what was she using.
What I'm saying, though, but guys, guys who've been involved in the sport will know what they're looking for.
Yeah, but she is involved in the sport, just not.
Yeah, but I'm talking about people who've actually done it though. Like they say the same thing in the UFC. Like Chael Sonnen always says, him and people like Joe Rogan and these guys should be judges because they know the sport. You got some crazy judges in this sport, man. Who? Let me give you an example. Let me put it in perspective. If that fight was a split decision, Julie Lederman's card would have fucked over one of the fighters.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
119, 109 is a joke. It's not even that. Like, I could actually say, yeah, maybe you can get away with that. Like,
you can't.
It was only Loma through in the last 20 seconds of the fight. Bro, it was impossible to give him one round. Loma got 1 round compared to 11. where is that? What is that possible? How is that even possible?
Crazy.
116, 112, cool. Makes sense. 117, 111 is still a bit like, okay, cool.
It's a bit, yeah.
That's a bit much. 116, 112 I could give. 8 rounds to 4. Makes sense.
Yes, 100% you can make these arguments.
But the fact that Julie
that takes the
Lederman...
piss, that takes the piss.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it is ridiculous.
And again, it's not even about bias. They do say you have to be the champion, the bigger champion, convincingly. Which he did do. Yeah, but you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
You have to do it convincingly. Now, in that scenario, in that situation, what she should have done is given those questionable rounds to Loma, because that's what you do. You understand? That's kind of what you have to do. Because you've got, it does, innit? When they're that close, you've got to just, you know what? He's the champ. It's a mad one, innit? The whole model's a bit crazy, but no doubt that scorecard was a joke. That 119 to 110 was an absolute farce. 109, sorry. What an absolute farce, man.
Julie Lederman needs to get run out of boxing.
Like, go flipping
little
judge golf or something, man, or darts.
Sorry, man, but it pisses me off. You don't deserve to be in the position you are. Put me there. Put
this dirty little hater. Look at this dirty little hater.
I want you out of the sport. You rodent. You rat.
You rat.
You rat. Get in me sport. What did I just say? People, comment down what I just said if you understood me. You got fossies. I'm so fuming, bro.
Without.
I've got so much rage in me. I got so much rage in me.
Yeah.
Alright?
Exactly.
I'm a fossil.
I was a kid. I had so much rage. I can't do it.
I'm WBC, WBA, WB Fluffs. I'm a fossil. I'm a fossil champion.
That means it's time to go, really and truly. Guys, it's been a pleasure once again.
Next week.
Black Mouse. And it's during the day. I'm not going to fall asleep at night. It's during the day.
Oh, because
it's like from 7 p.m. onwards.
No, it's not.
It is.
You sure?
Yes, blood. I've been Fat Mouse. It is, man. Why are you looking at me like that?
Habib Gaethje next week, people.
Habib Gaethje. That sounds like one person.
Whitaker Cannonier.
Oh, you know what? That's a
What
good
a card.
card. That's a good card. That's a good card.
Oh, and also, just a quick one while we're on boxing. On the card, they also announced Terence Crawford will be taking on Ezekiel Brook, Kenneth Kell Brook. Sorry, is that his name though, Ezekiel?
Is it?
Yeah. So Terence Crawford versus Kell Brook for the WBO welterweight championship in the MGM Grand on November 14th.
Mad thing.
What a fight!
That's gonna be mad. That's gonna be mad.
And obviously, also with the boxing is December 12th, live at the O2. Kubrat Pulev will be taking on the big dog, Anthony Joshua, for the WBA, IBF and WBO heavyweight
Crazy,
titles of the
crazy.
world.
It's been a good year, man.
With crowd there, so
Serious.
Suarez.
Suarez.
Oh, and then end of this month,
What?
2 weeks, baby. Usyk, Chisora.
Ah, yeah.
Boxing
You know
back.
what? It's back.
Boxing
That's it.
is
It's back, man. And
I'm back.
I'm glad. Because
I'm
it's
going
overdue.
Egypt. I've had
If
enough.
you go travel again, I'm gonna find something
I'm
else to do
going
the post.
Reading to get booked with Danny. Shout out Danny.
They don't understand, so
Danny don't sound.
have a job. But yeah, man.
Squealy.
Guys, absolute pleasure.
Ah.
I've been your boy Fat Mouse. Episode 18 of the Sweet Science Podcast.
I'm so
This has
happy.
been a
Amazing episode.
intoxicated, inebriated Cash. It's not actually Cash with a K and not a C. But yeah,
I'm Ila. I'm a Jenna.
nothing left to say. But we'll see y'all faces
Next
sweet
week.
y'all stanky asses next week. Alright, boom.